Oh.
Are we allowed to speak now?
Can we
You're
speak?
allowed to swear, maybe.
Are we on the internet?
Yes, we have sound. Thank you, chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes!
Brilliant.
Nice! We've done it. Oh no, what was a stream without a little bit of technical issues at the beginning, right? Okay, D&D, epic level one shot, level 17. Let's go. Yeah. Sorry everyone for the slight technical difficulties, but we're all ready now. So I'm just going to go around and introduce myself and all the players. I'm Laurie. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me at Laurie _EEE on Twitter, which should be up on the overlay. And you can find my games that I write at laurioconnell.itch.io. I am going to be DMing today, but we're just going to go around and have a talk to all our lovely players. So first of all, Rowan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rowan. I am Rowan May _ on Twitter. I am a member of Chasing Tales, who are a UK-based TTRPG network. You can find us at Chasing Tales RPG everywhere on the internet. I'm also a writer for Witch and Craft Games. We're an international indie game development company, and you can find us on Twitter at WitchNCraft.
Thank you. And who are you going to be playing today, Rowan?
Oh, and today I'll be playing Tosca the Found, who is a high elf moon druid, and both of us use they them pronouns.
Amazing, thanks. Okay, Sean, do you want to go next?
I will. I'm Sean. My pronouns are he, him. I go by Mr. Tatohead on Twitter and Twitch. Just a big D&D and TTRPG nerd, and today I will be playing Hatarax, a Goliath Barbarian.
Thank you so much. Connie?
Hi, I'm Connie. I am not on social media, sorry. I'm on Discord, you can find me on there. And I love TTRPGs, and I love tagging on to things that people create, these amazing charity streams that I don't really put any effort into. I just appear on. And I will be playing Bubs McGee, who is a half-elf bard.
Wonderful. And last but not least, Rico has just got back from moving his car. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Rico. I am a full-time dungeon master. I run about a dozen sessions of D&D a week, and role-playing games are my life. I'm always thinking about this, and getting a chance to finally play rather than run the game is awesome, and doing so for a cause feels great. So I'm online, Rico RPG or Rico Get Rico on Instagram, and yeah, I run games and happy to play.
Thank you so much. And who will you be playing?
I will be playing Malvo, a celestial warlock of the unicorn.
Fantastic. Okay, so just quickly before we hop into the game, I'm just going to go over safety tools. So we have set lines and veils between ourselves before the game. I'm not going to go through any of them, but just so that everyone knows we have set them. And we also have an X card system in place. We have it set up on the Roll20, so if any point someone wants to call a stop to a certain thing, they just show the X cards on the Roll20. I've just shown it there. I'm not actually X carding, I'm just demonstrating. And we also have a way to call for a break on the Roll20 up there. That is all of the safety tools. Hopefully everyone in chat just is aware of them, because I love that we can use them very openly. Big fan of safety tools. Anyway, unless anyone else has anything they want to say before we hop into game. I'm seeing heads shake. Fantastic. We then are going to begin the session today in the grand concourse in the city of Sharn. It's a city at the center of the plane of Eberron, which is a plane that's famed for its magitech, and recently actually recovering from a horrible world war. We're not going to explore that today, but it doesn't matter. The busy streets of Sharn are pretty quiet at this hour. It's barely 4 a.m. in the morning that you guys have been rudely awakened by messengers calling you to Sharn, to the Grand Town Hall, for some kind of emergency. So as you four heroes hasten your way into this town hall in the city center, do you all want to introduce your characters? Tell me a little bit, who are they, what do they look like? And most importantly, obviously, you're all level 17, you're all very competent. So what very important heroic task were you called away from? I'll let someone pick who to go first.
I can go. Tonight I am playing Tosca the Found, who, as I said, is a high elf moon druid. They are quite tall and willowy, with skin so pale white it almost has a blue tint to it, and long white silver hair pulled back. You can't see most of their face, as the upper part of their face is covered in the top half of some kind of big cat skull. And all you can see is their eyes, one of which is white and snowblind, and the other which glows blue. They wear a long robe that is tattered round the bottom from many days of walking in the wilds, that is decorated with stars that shimmer and shift as they move. And they were being involved with repatriation and healing the consequences of this war that have been happening in Eberron. They have been dedicating a lot of their lives to trying to at least return some sense of normalcy to the smaller communities that have been forgotten about in favor of the big cities. And they feel very annoyed that they have been pulled away from this task that they have dedicated themselves to.
Amazing. Who's next? Don't all shout at once. Go on.
So
Okay.
Malvo is a warlock whose patron is the unicorn, a bit begrudging in his service to the unicorn. He owes that powerful being a great debt, and has used the power imbued by this celestial to heal others and serve as a mentor, a guide to young adventurers. Malvo is a professor at a school for heroes and being pulled away from his course. His students are left with a substitute today.
Oh, he's got so much marking to do.
And we know the disasters that are left when students are left with a substitute. So he's got to get this done quick.
Oh, okay.
He is draped in purple robes and carries a staff, the top of which has a large orb with a horn on it. You can see lined tattoos that, if you look closely, are arcane sigils written in celestial that are lines that all lead to a circular marking on his forehead.
Oh, okay. Intriguing. He would definitely be the cool teacher at my school if he's covered in tattoos. Okay, Connie or Sean, which one of you wants to introduce?
Connie?
Yeah, we'll save the best for last. I'll go. I am playing Bubs McGee. If you didn't already know her, you should have, because she's very famous, or was. She made her name touring with Bubs and the Bees, started out in the underground bars of Scan, and worked her way around various cities and everyone. From 2-hour horn solos, just me in the spotlight, a silence captivating people and holding the emotions of the audience in my hand. Some people say that her music can heal their soul, and some people say that her music cuts deep into them, but she was famous throughout the boroughs. She still gets some fan mail, not much. She's long since retired, and just like Malvo, has abandoned her students who she teaches music to from her small house in the underbelly of Stam. So they are teacherless as well now.
Oh god, there's gonna be so many kids running around today.
It's the
Idle
beg
hands.
a gang of children.
Idle hands in the devil's playground, or whatever the saying is. Anyway, and Hatarax.
I feel like I'm on Stars in Your Eyes, Laurie. It's like, tonight, Laurie, I'm going to be playing Hatarax. Hatarax is a Goliath barbarian. He is known among his clan as an honored elder. His clan is a clan of warrior Goliaths, a proud and traditional people who value combat and honor above all else. Most Goliaths in his clan die young in glorious battle and very rarely make it into their 30th year. Those that do, like Hatarax, are given this title of Honored Elder, which is equal parts shame and honor. Hatarax, now being in his 50th year, is seen as useless in battle, so useless to the clan. So he has taken upon himself a Elder's vow, and he has left the clan in search of an opponent who will give him a one final great battle and help him regain his honor. Looks-wise, Hatarax is a man that doesn't show his age. He carries himself very well for his battle scars, his long grey hair tied in a plait, his long grey beard, neatly combed and brushed. As for what he was up to before this mission, he was on his way, I think, to a rematch with Terry the Tarrasque, but then on hearing of the mission in Eberron, shifted his gaze elsewhere to a greater opponent.
Amazing. Well, that Tarrasque will just have to wait.
God's bless Terry the Tarrasque.
Yeah,
forever in our hearts.
For stream viewers, we ran a little bit of a practice combat a few days ago. Terry lost, but not after doing quite a good deal of damage.
Did he really
Did he lose?
I think Bob's lost.
Well, Terry will have to wait. You'll get him this time, guys.
It was a mutual separation.
A conscious uncoupling.
Anyhow, as you all rush in, you reach the outside of this town square, town hall, and you see guards kind of standing outside. It looks like there's been some kind of a crime scene set up. There's like fantasy crime scene do not cross tape all around the entrance to the town hall. The guard kind of says the bishop wants to see you inside. And as you hop in, I'm gonna hop you over to this map. There we go. So you can see the massive clock inside in the center of town hall, this like arcane clock, showing that it's way too early in the morning for you to be up. I'll let you guys drag yourselves on to the map wherever you want to be. But you can see that there is this young woman wearing the kind of trappings of a high up priest in the Church of the Silver Flame here in Eberron. And she is standing over what appears to be the corpse of some kind of humanoid. This corpse like wrapped in a dark cloak. And she looks up like, oh, thank goodness, you finally made it.
What is it that brings us to you at such an hour, my lady?
Well, to be honest, you were the most powerful people that we could find on such short notice. You're luckily in our records down as people who have achieved great things. And quite frankly, it's a bit of an emergency.
Well then, I suppose if we're all here, we might as well lend a hand.
Thank you. Thank you.
Head on down towards this mysterious corpse.
Okay. So yeah, as you walk up, you can tell this is a very high-ranking cleric. This is Bishop von Blambert, who's the main kind of cleric in the Silver Flame here, despite her youth. And you can see on the ground now, very obviously, you can see this is a Rakshasa, an infernal creature, a demon, in fact, whose body is kind of on the ground here. They look like they've been killed quite brutally.
What were the circumstances of this body's discovery? Was it just found like this morning?
Well, yes. It seems that it was dumped here deliberately. I don't know how much you all know about demons, but usually if a demon dies, or a demon or a devil, if they die outside of their home plane, then they return to it. They do not actually die. So the fact that there is a body here, to me, indicates that they were murdered elsewhere and the body was brought here. We found them this morning. At the same time, we received a sending message from Arcanix, a distress call. The building that housed the Arcane Congress, if you've heard of it, has collapsed into the ground completely. At the same time as that, we've been receiving ill omens and flamekeep from our divination. Our highest level clerics have all sent word that some kind of disaster has occurred. We can only assume the incidents are somehow linked.
The universe is really so lazy for such a coincidence. I'll look to the others. Is there anything you think we four can offer you particularly?
I'm just
As I examine the body, is there any way I can discern how specifically they were murdered?
Yes, actually. In terms of how specifically they were murdered, that would probably be medicine. But would you also like to make a religion or an arcana check for me, please?
I'll make a religion check.
Why not?
Yeah. All right, it's not going to roll from D&D Beyond, so why aren't any of my dice rolling? That's a strange occurrence, but if you want to roll a die for me, I got a +8.
Okay. I've seen it's rolled into my roll 20.
It has, yeah.
It has rolled now.
We'll
It
take
just took a while. The
It
first one.
just needed a bit of time. So my first roll was a 7. That 7 is a +8, so 15.
15. Okay, with a 15, initially you can see it looks like some sort of brutal disembowelment or something like that. But then you're looking closer and it does look like actually the wounds have been done by magic. But you can see, looking at this body now, there are, like, in this infernal creatures, they don't really bleed, they bleed kind of ichor. But in the blood, you can see there are, like, runes and iconography that you would recognize to be very old runes in Eberron, potentially from even, like, the time of the overlords, before the Silver Flame, before really humanity was kind of free, before the human civilizations in Eberron. This is some kind of very ancient rune or ritual.
Okay. This is old magic. This is no mortal magic. This is beyond my understanding.
Is it the sort of magic that would make a building collapse around it when it was cast?
Again, do you want to make some kind of maybe an arcana?
Yeah.
Okay, with a 15, it looks like, it doesn't look like it's intended to be destructive in any kind of a way. And looking at it closer, it looks like perhaps it's more symbolic than arcane. And you can tell this rune is a symbol that you have actually seen on, like, warlocks and wizards, generally of the slightly more evil persuasion, and you would associate it with an entity called the Queen of Shadows. So even though this spell itself doesn't look like it is big enough to cause a building to collapse, it might have something to do with this entity called the Queen of Shadows, who might be powerful enough to do such a thing. The bishop looks to you all. Well, I am aware that this is not particularly helpful, me just standing here, but if you are done with your investigation, if there is anything else you wish to do, then please do let me know. Otherwise, I have prepared today a spell which will allow us to ask a few questions of this individual. I will cast it, but I will allow you to ask your questions. Would that be agreeable with you?
Yeah, let's get to it. You told us this was urgent, and have then not told us much else. So let's make this as urgent as you said it was.
Well, honestly, it is urgent, but I have absolutely no idea what is going on. So I'm as in the dark as you are. Here, let me just, and she kind of takes out ritual components and begins to cast a spell. And as she does, she kind of takes out holy water, realizes holy water is probably not the best thing to use in a ritual that involves a Rakshasa, like puts it back in the bag, takes out some incense and casts the spell Speak with Dead. As she does, you see the head of this Rakshasa kind of like cracks a little bit, and its face kind of turns towards all of you. And seems to be waiting to be addressed.
What happened, buddy?
Okay, that's one question. So this Rakshasa looks at you. I trusted the wrong overlords, clearly.
Where is the last place you remember being?
Arcanix, the Grand Academy, of course, the place where she was chained.
I turn to the rest of the group. I want to know who she is. Is that a good question to ask?
Oh, no. She is definitely the Queen of Shadows. You can tell from the arcana around him and the magic around him that he's talking about the Queen of Shadows. I don't know who that is. I might know who that is.
You wanna?
Would we generally know who that is, or is this like an obscure figure, or is that a history check kind of thing?
History check. But it's a pretty low DC. Anyone who wants to can. Oh, that's a nat one. Anyone else want to have a go?
Oh, I'll give it a go. I'm very old. So I don't know why that rolled twice. 13.
Okay. Yeah. So for Tosca, the Queen of Shadows is also known as the Lady of Hidden Knowledge. So she's one of the overlords. And the overlords were these kind of demonic immortal entities who ruled Eberron a long time ago. A very long time, like millennia ago, they ruled Eberron. They were very evil, they were very oppressive. And after kind of millennia of horror and fear and death, eventually the Coatl, this ancient race of Coatl-like serpents, sacrificed their lives to bind the overlords. So Sul-Katesh is one of the overlords that was bound by the Silver Flame a long time ago. The Queen of Shadows, who is also known as Sul-Katesh, is one of the overlords who was bound by the Silver Flame a long time ago. Most people wouldn't say Sul-Katesh because to invoke her name is to invite her presence. But she is most associated with arcane knowledge, forbidden knowledge. She's associated with warlocks, evil wizards, evil sorcerers, necromancers.
I will relay this to the rest of the group.
How many questions do we get with the spell?
You get 5.
5, okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna pull Malvo away for a second, knowing his love of all things unicorn, and just be like, Do we ask about the giant unicorn on the floor? Is that a thing? Is it just happenstance?
You know, I've been examining them. I've been a bit distracted, I will say, examining these unicorns on the ground. But I think it has nothing to do with what we have going on here.
Okay. So just on my hand, evil, like unicorns, not evil.
Definitely not evil. At times, a bit vain and self-righteous, but not evil.
Good to know. That's one question saved.
It looks like the unicorn is maybe a decoration that was done when the town hall was built. Thank you to Zepeku, by the way, for the wonderful map.
Two more questions.
You have 3 more questions.
3 more questions. Okay.
I will turn to the rest of the party and just say, should we clarify whether she's escaped? I mean, I don't know that we need to ask that question because I think the answer is probably yes.
I mean, it might be good to at least confirm our suspicions rather than go in blind.
Okay, I'm going to take the other 2 people's silence as affirmation.
Agreement.
So I'll lean down.
Acquiescence.
So I'll just lean down to just go. So did this Queen of Shadows, did she escape then and kill you? Or maybe she didn't kill you? Did she escape?
I'm going to treat that as one question. The creature looks at you again. Beneath the arcane academy of Arcanix, chains remained she. Unbeknownst to the wizards there, whispering cruel and arcane secrets into the minds of their unruly apprentices. I, the archivist, the scribe, discoverer of the ritual, promised much to fragment the elements of the silver flame that bound her, to allow her escape from the earth. It has been done, but I was not rewarded.
Well, that's mildly concerning, to say the least. Do you know where she is now, or where she was going when you released her?
Yes.
Bastard.
Oh!
Should've known better.
We've been tricked!
I've been bamboozled!
Absolutely love it.
I'm so sorry. I had to do it. One more question.
Maybe an open-ended one.
Oh, no.
Trying to think of the best way to word it now. Where has she gone?
Or yeah, I like it. I like it.
Sea.
Oh.
The graveyard of the gods. There lies the corpse of an unnamed titan. There she hopes to gather her warlocks to her, to take vengeance on those who bound her for so many millennia. The light is gone from the eyes of the corpse as it answers your final question. Its head kind of falls down, its neck cracks slightly. You will get nothing more from it.
So, an overlord released from their chains has made their way to the Astral Sea to gather warlocks and other power and attempt to do something nefarious, I can only assume.
The bishop looks to all of you. If it is the Queen of Shadows, we have heard of her. She is not the worst of the overlords to have been released, I suppose. She's not violent. She prefers, or has always preferred, to manipulate from the shadows, to have others do her dirty work. But Blinken, now she's free, the whole world will be in her subtle grasp. This cannot be allowed to continue. We must follow her. You must follow her. Reseal her. It is the only option. Perhaps we can return her to the Silver Flame, as Tyra Myron did so many years ago. It has been done before, it can be done again.
You said we a few times there. Coming with us? Or do you have any Warforged you want to lend us, or any sort of hand you want to give us for this?
You can see she kind of looks a little bit awkward. She's like, I'm a cleric of the Silver Flame. It is true, but I have nowhere near the levels of power that it is said that you have. I imagine that I, or anyone that I could muster, really, would be more of a hindrance than a help. I can provide you with whatever resources we can, potions, diamonds if you need them, but beyond that, I think I am best served here. We may be able to find you some components to allow you to transport yourself to the Astral Plane. That is possible, yes.
You read my mind. That's what I was going to ask. Any chance of a lift to the Astral Plane?
I am personally incapable of casting the spell, but I know that the spell that you need requires a tuning fork.
With the right components, if you have said tuning fork, I am able to cast the spell we need.
Thank Tyra Myron. Connie, did you have a hand up? Did you have a hand
that
up?
that was an in character. What can you do gesture? So.
Okay. Yeah. She kind of grasps a pendant with the symbol of the Silver Flame around her neck. Yes, I believe we should have somewhere tuning forks attuned to the various planes. I can have a guard acquire those for you. She kind of walks to the side and whispers to a guard, and he runs off, looking to go and get you some components for the spell plane shift.
Wonderful. So, I must say, when I woke up this morning, I didn't expect to be going to the Astral Sea. Look to the others in the group.
As I often tell my students, it's best to never start a day with expectations. Be ready for whatever life throws at us.
That is bizarrely wise, sir.
Today, like any day, is a good day to die, and a death is an experience that should always be shared with friends, so I am happy to travel to the Astral Plane.
That is rather morbid, but I appreciate your candor.
I would prefer not to die. Putting that one, just if we're talking about that stance.
Yes, I would agree. Hatarax does not speak for all of us.
The opinions of Hatarax are his own, and do not represent.
Here's a big, DNR, do not revivify tattoo.
Do not revivify.
On his back. What do all of you know about the astral plane, the astral sea?
I'm quite old, and I've done my fair share of planar travel. And also the robe I'm wearing allows me to step into the astral plane very briefly. I'm guessing I know a little bit.
Yeah.
I out of character know very little about the astral plane, but Tosca, being versed in planar travel, although unwillingly in most cases, I think would know a bit about the astral sea.
Yeah, okay. So with Tosca, I won't make you roll for kind of basic knowledge. The astral plane is the kind of infinity of infinities. It's like, if you imagine that the planes are, I know, like all floating around, the astral plane is the water on which kind of the lily pads that are the planes float. If the planes are Cheerios, the astral sea is the milk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the bowl of cereal.
Nice.
You know, there are plenty of infinities in the world, in the realms. People talk about kind of the infinite darkness of the abyss, but no infinity so great as the sheer nothingness of the astral plane.
Mm-hmm.
Transported there without any sense of direction, you could be there without seeing another living soul or even another object for centuries. And in the astral plane, aging does not occur. You do not need to eat or drink with anything near the frequency that you normally would. So if one gets trapped there, one can get very, very stuck if you do not have the ability to bring yourself back.
It is not exactly the most welcoming of places that I have been in my years. But if we know where we're going, and we have the means to get back, then, gods be good, we should be fine.
You would also know moving through the astral plane is more a question of will than it is of physical prowess. You need to will yourself in a certain direction, up, down, left, or right. It's still easier to travel on a solid surface, but it's more a question of intellect that will allow you to move quickly or to react fast. Magic is all intensified on the astral plane. Great if you're a spellcaster, but terrifying if you're facing a spellcaster in battle. And on top of that, there are certain locations in the astral plane, way stations, where you might expect to see another living soul, but there are also, of course, huge parts of darkness, of void.
Mm-hmm. I would like to, because this is a thing I can do. With my robe of stars, I can use an action to enter the astral plane and remain there until I use an action to return to the plane that I was on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a brief peek. See if anything's amiss. Stick my head behind the curtain.
Okay. So you'll watch as this robe of like beautiful stars that Tosca has kind of like wrapped around them just kind of like glows and it flashes, and it's almost this bright flash of light, and then they disappear from sight. And Tosca, are you specifying a location in the astral plane, or are you just stepping in and seeing where you end up?
I don't think I can specify an action, specify a location. It just says when you wear the robe, you can use an action to enter the astral plane along with everything you are wearing and carrying. If I can specify an action, I will specify a location. I will try and like think of this woman and the body of the Titan that was mentioned and see if I can will myself there, I suppose.
Okay, well, I think in that case, make a wisdom check, just a straight up wisdom check, see if you can will yourself to a location.
I really thought you were going to lead in with roll for initiative, and I was like, oh.
I'm a fucking druid, that sucks. That's a 10.
Okay, in that case, yeah, you step into the astral plane. you try to will yourself, you think this long dead titan, you think of this evil overlord who is gathering power to her in the astral plane, but as you step in, you are overwhelmed almost in that transition between the material plane and the astral plane. You can kind of feel the positive energy plane and the negative energy plane pushing against you as you make that transition. And you step in and you are overwhelmed by color for a second, almost like a bright nova flashes, which is not a sensation that you have had before stepping into the planes. And you kind of lose your grip on willing yourself to that specific location, and you think you have just appeared in a random location on the astral plane.
I would bamf back out immediately. Ugh.
Quickly make a perception check for me.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Come on, roll 20. Be nice to me. 24.
Yeah, okay. Well, whilst you kind of in disgust, like sigh, you can kind of survey the plane, and you can see it's almost like watching, like, you know, those sped up like stop motions of like galaxies forming and like stars like novaing and things like that. You can kind of see some events happening from a distance, like a very bright flash of light and color. And it kind of like spreads out and then kind of brings itself back in, and you can see also like in between these colors and there's seems to be kind of disturbance. There seem to be storms brewing in the astral plane. There's kind of meteors and bits of objects that are like floating around with much more speed than they usually would.
I will step back out with a shudder. Ugh, unpleasant. Things seem to be moving a lot. Disturbances. I could not find myself close to the Titan that was mentioned, but things seem to be amiss. If we go, well, when we go there, we should be prepared for what would already be a strange experience made stranger, I would say.
Wonderful. So at this point, and yeah, please feel free to just kind of speak if you want to, if you have any questions. Don't feel like you have to be quiet as mice. But as this happens, you hear kind of this knock on the door as a guard ducks under the fantasy crime scene tape and runs in, holding this tuning fork in his hand, which he hands over to you, Tosca.
I like to imagine it just says crime scene, do not crosseth.
Ye oldie crime scene.
Ye oldie crime scene. All right, thank you very much. CSI Eberron. All right, if everyone is prepared, is there anything we would like to do before we leave? This is not a journey that we can make quickly. No?
Good to go.
I don't think I have anything left to say to this coward. I'm going to point at Cleric.
Oh.
She kind of like accepts. Well, Myron's blessings be upon all of you in your endeavors.
Take them with kindness, and I will make sure get
Or
everyone
are you conferring blessings upon us? Magical blessings?
No, just Myron will be with you, I am sure, in this endeavor.
Myron will be with us, and you won't.
No. I have duties here. I have a flock to tend.
Right. Won't be many left in the flock if we don't succeed, but understandable.
Yes, that's why I'm blessing you.
All right. And I'll make sure everyone holds hands so no one gets left behind.
And she will look at whoever she thinks is the least asshole-ish of all of you, which I think is Hadar, because he said the least, and she'll cast Death Ward on you.
Aww.
Nice.
Nice. And I will cast Plane Shift, and again focus on the body of the Titan that was mentioned, trying to get as close to there as possible.
Okay, all right. This time, the Plane Shift spell allows you to specify this location. So you specify kind of the unnamed Titan, the Graveyard of the Gods, the location that Sulkatesh is trying has gone to for whatever nefarious reason.
By 7th level.
Mark of that 7th level spell. I'm sure you won't need that.
Need to keep one more 8th or 9th to bring us back as well.
Unless you fancy camping in the Astral Plane.
Oh yeah.
I just love that.
Casual.
Yeah, exactly. You feel as you all kind of hold hands, you bring out this tuning fork, and it's attuned to the resonance of the Astral Plane, this low kind of hum that kind of pierces through your ears and shakes the windows in this hall. The beautiful stained glass windows. One of them even shatters with the resonance of this plane. And you begin to kind of close your eyes, and as reality shifts, you get that horrible sensation that you get when you teleport, where you kind of feel like you're falling through the earth and you have no solid ground to rest on. And you fall through, and transporting yourself to the astral plane is strange, because normally you transport through the planes, all the other planes float within the astral one, but you're going straight there, so through the positive energy plane, the negative energy plane, directing yourself. Your feet do not quite land on solid ground as you were hoping. Instead, you appear on this kind of floating rock island. Let me move you over.
Ooh, new map.
New map. From
Really?
Neutral Party Patreon. Yeah. This floating rock island covered in degraded arcane runes. You can all move yourself onto that map if you want. You can see around you a kind of a swirling nebula of stones and rocks and various other things that have been abandoned, thrown into the astral sea, the contents of many people's bags of holding, just swirling around, demi-planes and portals closing and opening within this nebula as the mass kind of all coalesces into one. You seem to be on some kind of a ruined way station, a stopping point for travelers on the astral plane. As you land, you have arrived. So, before we go into it, let me just explain to you the technicalities of the astral plane. Mechanically speaking, your walking speed when you're on your astral plane is your intelligence score multiplied by 3.
Of course, you're dumped in.
Everyone dumped in, yeah. Okay. And any spell that you cast, you can cast as a bonus action. In effect, any spell is subject to quicken. Now, rules still apply. You can't cast 2 spells still. It's cantrip and bonus action spell, but any spell can be cast as a bonus action. Now, for the barbarian here, that probably doesn't matter too much. But for all the rest of you, you may want to take note of that.
It might. He's wild magic. You might.
Now
just a quick question. You said the speed is int times 3? Right.
Times 3.
So mine's -1?
Not your intelligence modifier, your intelligence score.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I'll be -3 walking away from where I'm trying to go.
Every time you try to will yourself, you just go away, 3 feet away from wherever you're trying to go. No, your intelligence score multiplied by 3.
Maths time.
So that's fun.
Pretty good.
And you have arrived. You can see this like nebula, strange like items, bags of sand, traveler's clothes, bedrolls.
Do I detect any elder presence of divine beings around?
You can make
Can I
arcana
make
checks
a perception
or
check?
perception checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a perception check. I got a 14 plus 6, 20, non-natural.
Okay. A 20 not natural. Well, you can't really use perception to like sense elder evil.
yeah.
That's
but
not
like
really...
looking around,
Yeah.
do I
You can
see
use
anything?
perception to like use your eyes to pick up on things. Yeah. So as you're looking around, you see that this nebula is quite strong. It's almost like some large mass is attracting like all of these other like asteroids and various like items to it. And you can't quite see into the center, but you can assume that whatever, just because of, how the magic of the astral plane works, you can assume that the big thing is going to be at the middle and all the small things are going to be floating around it. And you're kind of straining your eyes. Maybe you can see flashes of bright light at the center, like those novas that Tosca saw earlier.
I'm going to look at Malvo and just like, this is how it's done, and I will cast magical awareness. So as an action, I open awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. So until my next turn, I know the location of any spell or magic within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover, and also know the school of magic it belongs to. Possibly dangerous in the astral plane, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, interesting. Let's have a think. So, can you just roll like a straight up? I'm not gonna make it int. Maybe like wisdom check, just a straight wisdom.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a cheeky guidance on that, Hatarax?
So that's a what, plus?
Plus D4.
Oh, thanking you. So that is... Where's my 4? A 12 with guidance.
Oof.
Okay, so I think you probably are not quite sure what magic this is, but you can tell that like the presence of the spell that you just cast to shift yourself into the plane has attracted like the positive energy and the negative energy planes together in a way that you can sense there is magical disturbance around the area. It seems like this spell, for whatever reason, was not a great enough expansion of magical energy to actually cause some kind of like greater effect, but you can sense that the astral plane isn't magical in and of itself, but its fabric responds very strongly to magic. Yeah, you can see floating around in that nebula, there's probably some magic weapons, but they kind of go by so fast. Things that adventurers have like put in their bags of holding and forgot about. Okay. And then looking into the center, unfortunately that's a bit far out of your range. But yeah, you can definitely tell this plane is responding to magic, and you can only assume that whatever is going on over there is responding to some very strong magic being cast.
Start making our way to the middle.
Center is always the
Let's do it.
place to go. Okay. So yeah, as you, I don't know, it might be a strange experience for you all, kind of thinking forward, and you start moving forward.
What is everyone's walking speed now? I'm curious. Times
39.
39. That's good.
45.
I'm on a 48. We're all around the same. Much.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What's Bubs' walking speed?
24.
24.
Oof.
She's slow. She's got loads of saxophones and trumpets and stuff to carry. She's gonna be slow.
You're weighed down by all your
Weighed
band
down all
equipment.
my brass.
Your brass.
Okay, well, as you set your eyes on kind of the center of this nebula, starting to make your way through, I'm gonna say I think we should call a break in for a 5-minute break. I'm gonna give Josh some notice of that, so in 5 minutes we'll take a 5-minute break. But I'll just kind of call for that in a second. But does everyone want to make me a? Well, who's leading? Who's trying to make sure that you don't get hit by various things they sort of fly past?
I'm gonna volunteer Hatarax as the one who said, "Hey, let's head on in there," as the one to lead us on in there.
Happily. What am I making, Laurie?
Well, how are you trying to kind of move safely through this field of objects and strange magic and strong kind of winds and storms?
I'd say, especially with Bubs being the 24 walking speed, we're just going to take it nice and slow and cautious.
Okay.
Maybe stealth, maybe just trying to be aware of what's around us.
Sure. I'd say stealth, maybe a group stealth check then.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'd like to turn invisible at this time.
17, 25.
Let's at 11.
Okay.
You're the
Not
worst invisible
great.
person ever.
I'm just shouting. I'm right
I'm
here.
invisible.
I'm over here. Just so you know, I'm invisible. You can't see me, but I'm still here.
It's invisible, but it doesn't really matter because asteroids don't have eyes anyway, so they're still gonna hit you regardless
It's
of
not.
whether.
It's not for them. It's more for me.
Yeah.
Look at the group of 3, and then just from the side, you just hear "ow." Just
Yeah, as these small meteors are pelting you, and you can see a little dagger comes past and scrapes the cheek a little bit, a rusty old dagger, and you start to see kind of as you're going further into, there are bodies here, not large ones, humanoid ones that have been, very old, maybe very young, perfectly preserved either way. You don't know how long they've been dead, wearing all sorts of different costumes. When people die in the astral sea, maybe this is where they are brought. This is where eventually they are attracted to. At that point, you all feel kind of as though there is an awareness that someone is here, but as though they whoever is aware hasn't been able to pinpoint your location. Luckily. Moving further in, you eventually reach this Titan. You can see ahead of you its horns. It's this huge body with goat's horns kind of curled around, wounds still open despite the millennia that its corpse must have been lying there. Its wounds are still open, and you can see there is still kind of redness, there is still blood to it. One of its feet has been slightly separated from the rest of the body, but is still kind of kept in some kind of a stasis, its form still being held almost exactly as it would have been in life. Let me show you the map.
Ooh,
Wow.
Can you see?
that's one big boy.
Yeah. His kind of pointy little ears still hanging out there. his horns kind of partially separated, his kind of limbs, as I said, separated but still seemingly attracted to the main form. Because you can see him, I'm going to leave us on that map for now. Call a 5-minute break if people can be back at 1:15, and then we will pick up from there.
Awesome.
Ooh,
I'm excited.
exciting.
Woo.
I hope everyone enjoyed kind of staring at that blank screen for a bit. But you can see this unnamed ancient titan in front of you. And now, looking ahead of you, those bright novas across the sky, you cannot see any of them right now, but you can see the faint traces of where there used to be one, perhaps. Rings of light surrounding various, kind of points in the astral plane. As though there once was something bright and colourful there. Potentially, you can see the faint traces of demi-planes and portals, which in the astral plane open and close all the time. The astral plane contains hundreds, thousands, billions probably of these demi-planes that spontaneously and sporadically appear and close in response to magical castings. You can see one small kind of tear in the plane, just the last traces as it closes itself up. Other than that, silence.
On seeing all the horns floating and swimming in the astral plane, Hatarax will update his note from earlier to unicorns not evil, ? And continue on in.
Amazing.
I love him. What a good boy.
Malvo is, I'm not sure if you know this, maybe with your magical awareness, you would be able to detect the invisibility right behind you, but he is right behind you, uncomfortably close.
Leering.
And as he is, leering over your shoulder, looking at your notes, he will whisper in your ear, no. Horns have no morality. Horns may be on good beings, horns may be on evil beings. They are merely a body part. Unicorns, pure good.
Okay. To be seen.
Blink if there's a unicorn behind you trying to make you say that.
Leave in the power of the unicorn.
All right.
You don't see the wickedness in his eyes. He is invisible.
What do you want to do?
Is there any kind of, now that we're more in, can we take a look around, see if there's any of this more obvious center of these swirling magics or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. You get the sense that the center is that kind of great open wound that you see on the body of this titan. I love this map. This whole one shot is built around this map, by the way. Absolutely self-gratification. But you can see this great open wound on the body of this titan. Seems to be the center of these magics, these demi-planes.
Well, it appears we might have to go into the belly of the beast quite literally then, my friends.
No, not again.
Can't be any worse than getting eaten by a Tarrasque on turn 1.
Hey, but just know if anyone gets eaten, we're getting them out.
Okay.
Just head on toward it.
Who has high passive perception here?
Me. Mine's fucking crazy. I keep swearing. I'm so sorry. 21.
Oh yeah, beat my 16.
Yeah, mine's 16.
All right, Tosca. As you head up the foot and onto the knee, you can drag your tokens onto like where you are.
On the knee.
Yeah. You sense that something is afoot here. I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was a knee.
But
No. Okay. You can see on that great wound, it looks like there's like a small, like an astral barge of some description, and a small figure. Definitely not Sulkatesh. It's definitely not Sulkatesh. It's a really small figure. appears to be kind of like next to it, doing something with it. It's all the way up there. Let me put.
No.
I muted us. Yeah, I'll point that out to everybody, and yeah, just say there's a figure up ahead. I do not think it is the queen that we are looking for, but somebody has a boat. Somebody has been sailing around these parts.
What are they doing? Can you see?
Just appear to be messing with the boat near the entrance to the wound. I mean, we're going that way anyway. Maybe we can see what it is they want.
Perhaps it's one of the Queen's guards.
Maybe.
Okay. Do you guys want to move your own tokens if you're moving up to it? You're welcome to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. It's almost like it's easier when you're walking on the surface of this body because there's some kind of magic or gravity there. But you can kind of float through as well.
Oh, are you waiting for me? That was nice.
Malvo, as you were approaching, you can see this is obviously a Githyanki. These kind of inhabitants of the astral plane. Or is it a Githzerai? Don't remember. It's one of the two. It's a Gith, inhabitant of the astral plane. And he seems to be like, kind of, maybe he's mining something, extracting some resources from this Titan. Seems like a kind of a short one, armed with a single sword, nothing too threatening. Seems to be dressed in like mining or like working gear rather than armor.
I'm still invisible at this point.
Okay, yeah.
So I think I wouldn't be the one to make the first interaction with them.
You can see as he kind of whistles to himself as he kind of takes out a chunk of, he sort of cuts out like a chunk of flesh from this creature and like pops it onto the astral barge, which is like, I mean, astral barges are great. You row them, but you row them with your wisdom. You row them with your whiz modifier. Anyway, yeah, you can see.
Do they appear to be alone? They appear to be completely alone.
He seems alone, yeah. Seems unaware of your presence.
So if everyone sort of stopped here, well, I can't see what Malvo's doing, but I'm going to puff up behind because it's taken me a bit longer than everyone else, and step forward and shout over, "Oi, what are you doing?" with all of the intimidation I can muster. There we go.
All right. The Gith kind of drops his sort of knife that he was using to cut. It's like, hey, oh, hello, guests. Pleasure to meet you. What are you doing here?
I think I asked you first.
He kind of puts up his hands. I'm mining, extracting resources to trade in Tunarath. Nothing to be concerned about. Just doing my job.
How did you get here?
Astral barge. I have my girl. He goes over and like pats the barge. A lovely lady here. She takes me wherever I need to go. Ma'am? How did you get here?
Sure. I'll just turn to everyone else. What do we want to do about this?
I walk over. I'm still invisible at this point. I'm inspecting the barge. Does it seem filled with, are there weapons on board? Does this seem like a soldier, or is it just like mining materials and things that they've gathered?
Do you want to...
Yeah, I can make a roll for it.
Make an investigation check for me.
Yeah, that's a 4.
It seems like it's filled with these chunks of Titan, not to be gross. It seems to be filled with Titan. And yeah, it seems like it's a one person barge. You can see the little control panel where the mind kind of gets hooked in as you sort of steer it across the plains. Nothing of particular interest, no weapons that you can see. Well, can I help you? Are you lost?
We are just passing through in search of someone from very far from here. You haven't happened to have seen anyone else in these parts recently? Perhaps a woman, queen-like?
I mean, you're gonna have to be more specific. What do you mean by queen-like? Like a crown, or like a scepter, or like really good at music, like a band?
Queen the band in the Astral Sea. I would watch that.
Oh hell yeah.
There is a woman who we believe has come here to do some things that are malevolent in nature. Goes by the name of the Queen of Dust and Shadows. Does that ring a bell?
He kind of looks up. Can't say I've heard the name. No one else here. It's hard to find people in the astral plane, you know. It's big. It's a big place.
May I make an insight check, please?
You absolutely may.
Jesus, I'm rolling really badly. That's a 15 with a plus 11.
Seems nervous, but not lying.
Okay.
From what you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems nervous.
Mm-hmm.
He holds up his hand. Why are you looking for this lady? Maybe I can pass a message.
Oh, this is not a woman that we think would take kindly to our messages. No, she is doing, we believe, something very bad that we wish to prevent her from doing.
Oh dear! Like a threat to Tunarath, or to us, or
to
what?
that and much more, my friend.
Roll a persuasion check.
No, that's not good for me. 14.
He kind of looks at you. Well, I mean, I tell you what, I have a job to do. I can't really, take you anywhere. But my barge can send some messages out across the plane. If you come over, if you and your friends want to come over, maybe we can get some sort of a message out, some sort of a search.
I'll look to the other two because I can't see Malvo right now.
I'm not ready to trust anyone, but
No. What other options do we have?
Other than trying to climb our way into a Titan, which I'm not particularly keen on doing, I must say.
Okay, well, look, here, I know you don't trust me, so I'll show you how it works, and then you can decide on what message to send. Here, and he shows you to this astral barge has a fantasy radio set up that can send fantasy SOS messages.
Oh.
And you can, if you all want to sort of move yourselves over, let me pop a token on to show where the barge is, because I am a genius and I don't have one. So it's going to be a Triceratops for now.
Nice. Dinosaur boat.
There you go. That's where the barge is. Okay. Yeah, you can kind of like look and you can start typing into this control panel if you want what kind of a message you want to send.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, any
So
ideas?
how does exactly does it work? I mean, well, I could do an Arcana check if you want, but I was just asking. So how exactly does it work? I mean, when we send this message out, can everyone hear it in the astral plane, or do they need another one of these things in order to hear the message?
Oh, you need receivers to pick up on the signal. You know, the astral plane is complicated that way, but you know, luckily when you're all alone out here, there's nobody to hear you call for help. And she's gonna drop her form and drop a lightning spell on you.
Yeah!
So everyone please make, as the barge disappears, everyone please make dexterity saving throws.
Who could have seen this coming? Not me. I rolled shitty insight.
As Silkatesh appears before
I was so ready to trust him.
I wanted to love him
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you, chat, for telling us to leave this poor pirate guy alone.
He's just a
Guilty.
miner. He just wants nothing to do with us.
He's just a good boy, like mining his titan flesh.
Question: I am invisible. I am still close. Am I still making the dex saving throw?
Well, the chain lightning, if I can just cast it, it's going to hit one of you first. I think it's going to be initially targeted at the biggest, who appears to be Hadar. And then it will leap to the 3 closest creatures, and I don't think you need to be able to see the creatures, unfortunately.
Yep. I got a... that's an 18.
I got a 16.
I also got a 16.
Okay, so the DC here is A. Sorry guys, let's just get up that stat block. The DC here is 26.
Oh my god!
All right, that's the kind of game we're playing, friends.
Okay, then.
Yep, we're there.
We're in this now.
there.
So 53 points of lightning damage.
Wow.
Ow!
It's okay.
I think with that, we'll roll initiative, please. As I pop you all in that lovely, lovely roll 20 turn timer that won't glitch out.
Hey, get everyone to put their health in their token bars, please.
Yes, everyone please put your health in your tokens.
I've lost my health right now.
Oh, she
Very
rolled bad
low.
initiative. Bad initiative.
Good.
But she did get one up. She did get one up on you, so.
Malvo, is your initiative 16.1?
Yeah, D&D Beyond has like a tiebreaker thing where it puts your dexterity score as a decimal in case 2 people roll a 16. Break it down a little more. But,
Hey.
yeah. So that was 53. Holy moly.
Uh-huh. As this lightning rune bursts out beneath you, first targeting Bubs, and then leaping out, you can see it's kind of covers a huge area. You definitely were all in range for that. But the first to react is in fact Bubs.
They'll still only have 24 movement.
Your movement is 24. And she is right next to you.
Yeah.
You see this Gith form has dropped, and before you is this dark creature. She's shrouded in this dark purple cloak, these glowing eyes, and a magical staff at her side. And you can see her teeth, and she kind of grins.
Right. I am going to. I'm going to run up to the biggest I can go. And Hatarax, I am going to touch you on the shoulder as I run up to you and cast heroism on you.
Nice.
As long as you are willing.
What's heroism do?
So, I'll explain the VT. It basically gives you temporary hit points up, equal to my spell ability modifier, which is 4. And... yeah, there we go. And you are immune from being frightened, I believe.
Thanking you.
It is a concentration spell, so until that finishes, and then I'm going to carry on.
Okay. As you run, she will take an attack of opportunity on you.
That's absolutely fine.
As she brings her staff around to strike you. Does a 28 hit you?
Yes.
You take 30 points of force damage as you run.
Ouch. Laurie, I can't see other people's health.
Uh-huh.
I think you have to let us see it.
Uh-huh. Give me a second. As I go into those tokens and edit, Tosca, it is your turn.
It is my go. Okay. I am going to cast. I'm scared. I'm going to cast Primal Savagery on myself. I'm going to run up to her first.
Yes.
And I'll cast Primal Savagery, and I get to make a melee attack against her as part of Primal Savagery.
All right.
Roll me a d20. It won't let me do it. It's a spell attack. I can click my spell attack. I'm not used to. Okay. Does a 21 hit her?
21 just misses.
Ah, no! Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. In that
case,
she
brings up her kind of cloak and almost blurs slightly as you go to strike her, and you just miss her.
Okie dokie. Because she has reacted already, I'm going to then move away over to here. Let's go down here, and I'm going to, as a bonus action, I will wild shape into throwback to Terry the Tarrasque into a water elemental.
Amazing. So you should be able to just drag out that token?
I can.
Wonderful. At the end of your turn, she's going to take a legendary action. Seeing that Bubs over there is concentrating on a spell, she reaches out. Her knowledge of the arcane seems, immense. Almost like she can twist your own magic against you, and you feel this whisper in your mind. So this is the most powerful the planes have to offer. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please, DC 26?
No problem at all. I am going to do that with Perilous Skill.
Okay.
No, for fuck's sake. I was pointing that with Perilous Skill. Oh well.
Oh no.
Natural one. Okay, so you feel your concentration on the spell break.
Yeah.
And as it breaks, you feel that she is absorbing some of that energy into you. What level is heroism?
I cast it at a 3.
Okay, so she gains 15 temporary hit points.
Oh my god.
Okay. Next up is...
I just say, I think because I had to change my icon, I have been deleted from the turn order. If you could add me back in, I can put my number then. Thank you.
There you go.
Did I actually hurt me then?
No damage. Just the concentration is breaking. Don't worry. Next up is Malva.
All right. Clarification question. Bonus action for casting time for spells in the Astral Plane.
Yes.
Does that mean that I can cast a spell on my action and bonus action, or am I still held to that restriction?
You're still held to that restriction. So you can't cast 2 spells in a round, but you can say cast a cantrip and then a spell.
Okay. I would like to do that then. I'm going to move away. I'm going to move a little far away. And as I do, send... kind of split up, sending myself to the east. I'm gonna send my familiar, like ducking out from my cloak, just a small winged baby Pegasus that will fly over to Bubs, as Bubs has been supporting all of us. But who cares for the caretaker? That Pegasus is going to come forward and, with a glowing horn, tap down on Bubs and give some healing power. Or some cure wounds, 25 points of healing for you.
Okay.
Nice.
That is my bonus action, casting the Cure Wounds. And for my action, I'd like to Eldritch Blast. I'm going to send 4 of these blasts out to them. That's a 24, a nat 1, which is going to miss, a 19, and another 24.
Okay, so the 24s both hit.
All right. The first is going to be for 6, and the second for 7. And
Okay, so a total of 13 points of damage. Wonderful. Okay.
I need to get rid of the temporary HP.
With your Eldritch Blasts as your unicorn goes to heal.
Yeah, you can see as its horn glows, my tattoos kind of glow for a bit, and you can see a spectral horn flowing out from my forehead as these Eldritch Blasts fly out from it.
As a legendary action then, she will spend 1 legendary action as you make 2 attacks with this arcane, forceful energy. She kind of looks up and she's like, all your world's warlocks learned that one from me. And she will send 2 arcane blasts back at you.
Ooh.
The first is a 30 to hit.
Oh, yeah, 30 will hit.
For 18 points of damage. Second is another 30 to hit.
A 30's gonna hit again. Another 17. Oh.
17 points of damage.
All right. Okay.
As it reaches Hatarax's turn.
Okay. Unsurprisingly, I am going to rage.
Okay.
With that rage comes a controlled wild surge, so I get to roll 2 d8s. So first up is an 8, and next up is a 5. So I get to choose what magic I get between the 5 and the 8, and I think I will go for the 8, which is a bolt of lightning shoots from my chest. Another creature of my choice, which will be the Queen of Shadows, must make a Constitution saving throw, and it's DC 19. On a fail, they'll take 1d6 radiant damage and will be blinded until the start of my next turn.
Okay, I will make that Constitution save. That is a 24, unfortunately.
Okay, I don't know if you take half damage or no damage, but that's okay. But I get to do this as a bonus action on each of my turns going forward.
Nice!
I will then like to charge, and recklessly, I'm going to attack twice with my Great Axe.
Wonderful, go for it.
For the first hit, we have... That is a 30 to hit.
That hits!
And damage
Hell
is...
yeah!
Alright, I'm actually good at this now. That's 19 points of slashing damage.
Oh!
And my second attack, recklessly, is Oh, no, 16. It should be a 16 plus 13. 29 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is damage. That's 12 points of slashing damage.
All right. So as you rush forward, still the lightning still sparking off of you, you're drawing this lightning energy towards you and sending it back at her. She manages to resist whatever force you're trying to do. She kind of like looks at you and almost laughs in your face as you try to turn some small magic against her, but then you just whack her with your axe, and that works way better.
Yep, when in doubt, whack whack.
And she turns back to you, hissing. It's her turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing she will do, just gonna ignore the big beefy barbarian for the time being, and she will quicken Fireball towards Malvo's familiar and Bub. So a Fireball explodes here.
I'm gonna react. Not fucking get me with that fireball.
Gonna counter spell
My
that?
familiar has 1 health. It's dead. Little Pegasus is
yeah, I'm gonna
cooked.
cast. I'm gonna cast a counter spell.
Okay. So you're gonna counter spell it at what level?
That's a good question. 5.
Okay, the fireball. She goes to cast. You see this fire. You see this small bead of flame coalescing around her staff, looking like it's going to be chucked straight at you. You just say, "Absolutely not," and you counterspell it. And she looks at you with anger in her eyes, and you get the sense that she is not happy that you did that. But then, as her action, because that was quickened, she raises her staff to the sky, and you watch as meteors begin to form in the astral sea. Small stars flash and then blink, and you suddenly realize what the source of those bright lights were. She's going to call down an arcane cataclysm.
Oh god. Whenever you use the word cataclysm, it's never good. No.
You guys watch as here.
Oh my god.
Here. And here.
Do you need to maybe shrink
I
those
will
down
move-
a bit,
I will-
Laurie? Do you need to
No, I'm afraid it's a 40-foot radius.
Oh.
What you see, like almost like targets, like begin to appear, like they're going to strike down at any moment. Some kind of an arcane. These meteors are going to hit. You watch as these like swirling masses appear, and she just kind of like looks to the sky and laughs. I'm just gonna move them a little bit. There we go. 40-foot radius, 40-foot radius, 40-foot radius. There we go. That is the end of her turn. Bubs, it's your turn.
Oh, fantastic. Right. What should I do? I mean, how does I buy it? I'm gonna have to try and help him out and me out a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
No worries. I know when I do things like cool down arcane cataclysms, people need to change their plan for the next turn. I respect that. You guys can see nothing has struck yet, but these huge like novas of light and meteors are forming in the sky above you, and you know exactly where they're going to strike, and it's this huge area around, like all around the battlefield.
Okay, I'm going to. I'm gonna have to. 1 minute. I'm gonna have to try and cast Dispel Magic. It's not gonna work.
Okay.
Give it a go. It's a bonus action.
So you can see above your head there are 3 meteors. Which one are you dispelling?
This one.
Oh, really?
Right here. Thank you.
Rip to you, Malvo.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, and I think Tosca's in both.
I'm in both right now.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, can you roll a charisma check, please?
Not a saving throw or just a check?
Just a check. Just a straight up check.
Okay, if it'll let me. Good. Good morning. Nine.
You reach out as though to try to dispel this cataclysmic force that you can tell is about to rain down upon you. Nothing. It remains in place. As a legendary action, she will look over to Hadar this time. Seeing that you've left yourself open, she brings around her staff for a strike with advantage. Because you did attack recklessly. $22 to hit, or 29 to hit.
That hits.
You take 42 points of force damage.
Ooh. Force damage with rage, or is force damage straight up? Is that halved or full?
I think it's full damage.
That's okay. With the damage, Hatarax will use his unstable backlash. So again, I rolled twice on the wild surge table, and
Nice.
that magical effect will take effect immediately. So we have a 3 or a... What's the second one? 3 or a 6. So on my wild magic table, do I want a pixie or flumph, or do I want... I'm going to be, until the end of my rage, I am now surrounded by multicolored protective lights, and I gain a +1 to my AC, and any
Wonderful.
allies in my space gain the same bonus.
Very
Amazing.
nice.
Yeah, you're seeing like all of these lights. You're like, I can make lights too. And suddenly these like beautiful like lights kind of swirling around you, dazzling anyone who may try to attack you.
Okay, so there were so many reactions that happened there. So I'm going to use my action and just fire an arrow at her because I can't do any more spells at her.
Okay. Roll it.
19.
19 unfortunately misses. The arrow goes wide as you fire at her. Do you want to move? Or
Yeah,
is that...
I'm moving as well.
Yeah, okay. So as you move, I'm going to bring it down to Tosca's turn.
Righty. I will move up to here. I'm going to try and flank her with Hatarax.
Okay,
And I will make 2 slam attacks against her.
wonderful.
Do I get a flanking advantage? Or
Yeah, go on.
nice, okay. So first one is an 18 or a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
So that's 8 magical bludgeoning damage for the
Amazing.
first one. It's a really poor
Hey.
roll, but oh well. And then the second of those ones is a 25 to hit with 14 magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Yeah, you can see you strike her twice, distracted as she is by turning to make this attack on Hatarax. She sweeps around and she will make an attack on you with her staff. So, that is going to be a...
Sorry. Can I use cutting words to take her attack roll down?
You absolutely can. She rolled a 23, so a 13. Does that hit?
13 just misses. Thank you
Nice.
so much, Connie. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you don't have your reaction though, so remember that. As we will move on to Malvo.
All right, looking at my allies getting up in the business, I've seen what this queen can do, and I know they're going to need a little more cushion for their pushing. You can see the horn glowing bright, pointing straight towards Hatarax, and letting loose a bolt of pure light. You're going to get 5 of my healing light dice. That's going to be my bonus action to do so.
Okay.
Roll 5d6.
Nice.
Should be rolling. It's only 14, but
appreciate it.
every little bit counts. And that is my bonus action. It's a class feature, and now as my my emotions are really coming over me. I'm thinking about my students at this time. My students that are gonna need me for tomorrow's lesson, but I won't get to that lesson if we don't make it past today. And so I'm going to use a 9th level spell to True Polymorph into a Kireen. This is a huge creature, so I just dropped a token if you could make it huge. Yeah. You can see Malvo just like shifting his back bending down, legs extending, and the glowing horn becoming solid as he is embodying the form of the Kireen, and makes his way forward towards the queen.
Okay.
That's gonna be my turn.
One more legendary action. One more attack on Hatarax. She brings around the staff one more time with advantage. For 26 to hit.
That hits.
Total of 20 points of force damage.
20 points. And again, my unstable backlash
Oh
kicks
yeah.
off. So that is 2 rolls on the wild surge table. So that's a 5 or a 1. We will go with the... We're going to go with the 1. So shadowy tendrils now come out of my body.
Okay.
I have lost my wild magic table. And each creature ranger of my choice, again the Shadow Queen, must make a con save of 19 or take 1d12 necrotic damage.
Okay, I'll make that con save now. She rolled a natural 1. 13.
So that is 7 points of necrotic damage, and I regain 7 points of hit points.
Hey, nice one.
There we go. -7. Thank God for calculators. Hatarax, is that your turn?
On my go. Well, that was my reaction.
That
to
was
her
your
legendary
reaction. That was your reaction. You still have your turn.
So I'm going to again take 2 swings recklessly with my great axe.
All right.
So first hit is a 19 plus 13, a 32 to hit.
That hits. Oh, that's
Yes,
a natural 20.
Fragga.
Oh,
That's a
natural 20.
crit.
Hell yeah!
So first one of the game. So
Is it? Why is it saying it's a crit? Do you crit on a 19?
No. Oh, maybe I do.
We'll roll it as a
Ooh.
crit. Fuck it. You
So
know what?
that is-
If it's green on roll 20, I trust it.
That's 9 plus 1 other d12. So that is 15 points for the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second hit, again, advantage
Don't
for
forget
reckless.
to add your rage damage on top.
Thank you very much. So plus 4 on that last one. And that's a 32 to hit on the second attack.
Okay.
And damage. Ooh, that's an 18 plus 4, so 22 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
I am then going to use my full 39 feet of movement, if I can,
Yeah.
to get out of the meteor shower. So I am going to Where am I
Okay.
gonna go? I'm gonna go to here. If I can.
Right. Yeah, you can do that. You watch as all of your friends are still standing within this meteor shower, and you're like, haha, nope. And you're like, am I the smart one? I'm gonna leave. And as you do, at the top of her turn, these meteors come down. They strike hard against the surface of this creature. An arcane cataclysm is unleashed. Everyone make a DC 26 dex save.
Oh my gosh.
Bar the Barbarian?
I'm
Bar
actually
you.
gonna be able to do this.
Yeah!
Come on.
I
Oh,
can't
God's
pass this.
sake.
I can't pass it. Yeah, no.
I got a +9.
12,
I
22.
got a natural 20.
A
That's
natural 20, that's a success.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, a 15.
61 points of damage. Water elemental takes half.
What kind of damage is it?
It is force damage.
Okay, cool.
But interestingly enough, for the water elemental,
Mhm.
as this arcane cataclysm is unleashed, you feel all of the magic, all of the spells that were affecting you, all of the magic that was shaping your body into a beast drops. You
Oh,
are in an
no.
anti-magic field.
Oh no!
All your magic items do not work.
Oh!
No magical spells. You can feel that your spells are not going to work. Interestingly enough, with true polymorph, I'm not quite sure what happens.
I believe this is it is a spell like any other. Like I rolled the concentration check. I got an nat 20 for it. Yeah, I believe if this is an anti-magic field, I think it'd
It
be done.
falls. With beast shapes and polymorphs, I'm going to say they're both temporarily suppressed because I know that's how it works for beast shape.
Mm-hmm.
Because I looked it up earlier. I didn't look up polymorph, so I'm just going to say the same thing happens. It is temporarily suppressed. You are back to your normal forms. Your magical weapons do not work. And Sulkatesh stands at the center of this anti-magic field, having cooled down this cataclysm upon you. Then she's gonna take her turn. So she will make 2 strikes as an action against Malvo, now standing before her in a normal form. 2 strikes with her magical staff.
I'm ready for it all. Yep.
22.
All of these are gonna hit.
17 on the first one and 35 on the second.
It's not feeling good.
He's not looking good.
He's
And
all right.
then, as a bonus action, she will quicken a spell. Oh dear. Yes. As a bonus action, she will quicken a spell. She will cast Eye Bite on Malvo.
Oh no.
So can you make a Wisdom saving throw, please?
Wisdom saving throw for sure. That's an 8.
Okay. Malvo, you fall unconscious.
Goodbye. Goodbye, friends.
She looks down at you. I asked this before, but then it was rhetorical. Now I'm really asking, is this the best that your plane has to offer? And she kind of laughs.
Hey, we really don't want to be here.
Well, you could leave. I simply wish to carry out my own plans. I have no need of pursuing those who have been sent into danger they were unaware of. Bubs, it's your turn.
So are these meteors still gonna come down?
It seems that That was the meteor strike. It's not gonna happen again. I'm gonna say now, it's a once per long rest ability, so it's not gonna happen again.
No, just because the whirlwinds are still there, so I was like, oh.
That's to show where the anti-magic field is. That whole area is anti-magic.
Is it anti-magic for her too?
You don't know. She seemed to cast a spell in it.
Yeah, she cast Eye Bite.
Uh-huh.
I guess not.
Oh no.
My movement is rubbish. Oh no, wait, spells are bonus actions. Can I dash and do a spell? No?
Yeah, you can. Spells
Oh my
bonus
gosh.
actions. You can bonus action dash, then do a spell.
Right, okay. No, I still can't make it. Oh no. Right, okay. I'm just gonna have to step here. So I'm outside and cast Cure Wounds.
You gonna heal yourself?
I've got 3 hit points. I have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's good.
What level? I mean, I need a lot. I'm just gonna cast it at 5th.
Okay.
Ooh.
17 points of healing damage.
Healing damage.
Healing damage, yeah. 17 of healing. You cast a mass cure wounds there. Did you mean to just cast the cure wounds just on yourself? Or
Oh.
mass?
Yeah, I've done the wrong one. Oops. Right, 1 minute.
No worries. Is that your turn, by the way, just doing that, or did you have anything else you wanted to do on your turn?
No, that'll have to be it, because I can't do anything in this field.
No.
Like, that's fine. I'll do that and pass it on to the next person.
Malvo, you're unconscious.
It is Tosca's turn.
Oh, it's Tosca's turn. Oh, she's got removed from the...
Yeah, when I had to replace my token, it went all fucky.
There we go. Tosca, it's your turn.
Would I be aware of, like, if I was out of an anti-magic field but cast a spell at a target within it, would it still be able to work?
You make an Arcana check.
I will do that. Arcana is a 21.
You think that it wouldn't work.
Okay.
But you think that there might be a chance if you could basically, through sheer force of will, if you manage to get yourself outside the anti-magic field, then maybe you could force something in, but it would be very difficult. Not impossible. You've seen that people have overcome anti-magic fields in the past, but it's taken immense willpower.
I have a fair amount of willpower. But what I'm gonna do, just in case it doesn't work, is I will move. I'm gonna kind of try and kite around to like here and then to here.
Yeah.
To use my movement, and then as an action, I want to grab Malvo and pull him out of the anti-magic field.
Okay. All right.
I am willing.
Just drag his body.
Unconscious. Okay, as you two both come out of the anti-magic field, both of your polymorph, your B-shapes return.
Do I have time to get a spell off before my B-shape returns? A quick one.
It's kind of hard because as soon as you're out of the anti-magic field, your V-shape would come in. You could, make a. I'm just gonna roll like a
I'm happy
luck
to
check.
Make a luck check.
Odds you can't, evens you can.
Okay.
Evens. Okay, you can get a spell off.
I'm gonna cast heal on Malvo. You have 70 hit points. Get back up.
Nice.
All right. Fantastic.
And you are returned to your forms, both of you. So I'll let you swap those out.
Yeah. We're probably gonna need to be reordered again on the turn order.
Oh god, yeah. Fair enough. As
Yeah, I usually just like layer them on top of each other.
I'll
and
do
move them
that.
both.
That's a good idea.
as a legendary action, seeing that you have just cast a spell, Tosca, as even though you are beast shaped, she is going to target your mind. You
Oh no.
feel some words being whispered into your ear, not as though they're coming from her, but as though they're coming from some far off plane, and the arcane secrets that she is telling you are simply too much for your mind to process. Make a wisdom saving throw, please. DC 26.
Okay, I can do that. Come on, Druid. 25! Oh! I was so close.
You take 16 points of force damage.
Ouch.
Oh wait, no, you don't. Sorry, that's not how it works.
Oh.
You must expend a spell slot
Oh.
of 3rd level or lower to deal 4d12 points of force damage to every creature within 30 feet of you.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
That's all. I just healed Malvo. That's
And
awful.
there's no save? Is there any save?
I did. I
No.
rolled one lower than the save.
Yeah.
No, for like
Oh,
us.
for you guys.
No, 4d12. 4d12 damage
Oh.
to each of you.
To each
This is brutal.
Tosca's mind is just overwhelmed, and they scream as they're turning back into this water elemental form, like, or their form almost bubbling with the energy of whatever is happening, and just sheer magic explodes from them. So yeah, roll those 4d12.
4d12. Ow! I'm so sorry, guys. If it's to each
Yeah.
creature, if it's to each creature, does that mean it's to her as well?
Technically, but unfortunately, she's in a anti-magic field.
Oh, damn it!
I will say though, however, the good news is that casts 3 legendary actions, so that's
Okay.
all her legendary actions.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Malva.
Malvo and Hadar both take 33 points of damage. I'm very
Yep.
sorry.
Jesus, that is a good roll.
I
on
rolled-
those
I rolled
D12.
2 10s, a 9, and a 4.
Oh, jeez. Okay. She does. I will say this though. You have done quite a lot of damage to her. She does look like she is hurt. Perhaps not really hurt, but she does look angry, and you can see that her robes are slightly tattered and torn. It's your turn. Malvo, what do you want to do?
I'd like to dispel magic on this anti-magic field.
Okay.
In
What
my current
level?
form, I have spell casting, and I can,
Yeah, sure. What level
As-
are you dispelling?
Can I make an Arcana check to like see what level I would need to? I'm okay if I can't.
You can make an Arcana check if you want. I just want to say for Twitch chat, if anyone is super read up on anti-magic fields in D&D, I've written my own criteria so that this game isn't just completely unfun. I do have them written down. Make an Arcana check if you want to know.
All right. That's a 23.
Okay. On a 23, it is very difficult to force a spell through an anti-magic field. It is almost impossible to dispel an anti-magic field. A higher level spell, like a spell of like even 8th level, 9th level, it would, in effect, to dispel an anti-magic field without having to make any kind of a check is a 10th level spell, which is banned at the moment. They don't exist in this edition of D&D. So what you'll have to do is you will have to force it through sheer force of will. So you'll need to decide how much magical energy you're spending, and then we'll see.
Okay. I'll throw an 8th level.
Okay.
I'll throw an 8th level spell.
So what you need to do is you need to make me a check. The DC is 26.
Seeing what you're trying to
Make a
do,
check.
and as I have the same spell, I'm going to shout, "You can do it!" And you can take a bardic inspiration dice for that one.
Okay. Make a check.
All right.
Just add the +8 from the 8th level spell. That's it.
All right.
Nothing else.
All right.
You're just forcing your sheer magical energy and the bardic inspiration.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah!
That's a nat 20. That's a nat 20 on the die right there. That is 20 plus 8, a 28. I think I'll hold on to that bardic inspiration.
All right, which field were you trying to dispel? Just ping it for me.
The one between me and Bubs.
All right.
The one that my poor little Pegasus is caught in.
There you go.
Oh, feeling very exposed right now.
Hatarax.
And that is, that's gonna be my bonus.
That's your bonus because you quickened it. There we go.
And for my action, I'm charging over towards Bubs. You're not alone. Not in this song. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Hatarax.
Seeing one of the swirling pits of death dispel, I will charge back in and again make 2 reckless attacks with my great axe.
Okay.
So first one is a 30 to hit.
That hits.
So that is Come on. That's 19 plus 4. So that's 23 points of slashing damage for the first one.
Okay.
And for the second one, with advantage again, is a 24 to hit.
24 just hits.
Yeah. So that is... That's 15 points of slashing damage. And I have no bonus action, so that's me.
I'm just going to tell you now, she looks behind her. She looks as though she's going to try and step into the arcane field behind her. As she does, she moves away from you. You can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
Yes, please.
She moves back. She has limited movement.
Ooh, that is a 16. I miss.
Okay, unfortunately, no. Does reckless attack not count for?
Would it carry on? I am happy to go again if it does.
Go again. Go on.
For a 24.
That one hits.
So that is damage. That's 13 points of slashing damage.
13 points. Okay. You bring down your axe against her 3 more times. She is a dangerous foe, but you're always looking for more and more dangerous foe. The thrill, you seem to be really hurting her. As she steps backwards, you feel your axe like reaching out to hit her. That last time you just managed to get her. As you draw your axe out of the anti-magic field, you can tell for a second that all of the magic was gone from it. But that is her movement. Mm-hmm. Oh God! It's what she would do. Oh dear. Okay. Looking at Malvo. Yeah. By the way, Malvo, your hit points in your polymorph form, they're the same as your normal form, right?
They are not.
Okay.
I believe it's a few off, but I believe when I polymorph, it brings me to like the 152 that this has.
Okay. How many hit points are you on now?
I am on 129.
That's never a good question.
Okay. In that case, the first thing that she's going to do is she's going to use her action to make 4 attacks against you with her Arcane Blast. Seeing that you've been running around the battlefield and healing, she thinks you're the biggest threat right now. So.
I am physically the largest.
3 nat ones! And then 3 nat ones.
3 nat ones! 19s won't hit anyways.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
Your life has just been saved by that. As these arcane blasts like power past you. You're like dodging out of the way. You will still take 13 points of force damage from the first hit. And then she will turn to Hatarax. Seeing that, she will quicken a spell. She will use Power Word Kill.
Oh no! No!
You have less than 100 hit points.
I have 86 hit points.
No!
Hatarax has been 86'd.
I don't know.
But
Oh.
what do I have?
You watch as Hatarax drops dead. And as you do, the death wards that the bishop cast on you
Shit! Oh shit!
return you back to 1 hit point.
Brilliant.
I forgot that you had that.
Good.
Oh, Hada.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Thank God you were polite.
I also have relentless rage, which would have saved my ass, but I will happily use the death ward.
Woo!
Thank
Yes.
you.
Hada
Okay, one
lives to
edge-
fight another day.
Do I still get to use my unstable backlash then, since I'm back up?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, 2 rolls on the wild magic table.
You watch this Sulkatesh point at Hadar and speak a word, and this like arcane energy like goes out from her hand, wraps around his throat, and you feel the light. You all watch the light fade from his eyes, and then this like death ward flashes over him. This image of the silver flame protecting him as his eyes reopen.
I'm gonna go for the 8, which again is the shadowy tendrils. So it's a con save if they manage to make it into the spell area of 19.
Unfortunately, it won't make it in. No magic
worries.
can go through that area. But that is her turn. Oh my god, you are so lucky. That was gonna be
is-
Rico.
Okay, so I have 1 HP.
Yeah, you are on 1 hit point.
That's okay.
She looks at you, she's like, Silver Flame, you first. And then them next. Bubs, it's your turn.
Okay, right, I'm going to move here. And I'm going to cast Muscular Wounds at 9th level, and hopefully it'll get everyone in range. Let me just check the range for a second.
If you can't, don't worry about me. My wild shape is on full HP right now.
There we go. If I stand there, yeah, I'm gonna not get you.
Yeah, I'm
Rowan,
on full HP as a water elemental at the moment.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So everybody else,
Okay.
take this.
Nice.
37 points of healing.
Very nice.
Amazing.
And I am. How much else I really want to do? I'm just going to ready an action. That's it.
All right.
Oh no, that's not. No, that's too far. Never mind. Okay, I was going to shoot an arrow at her, but it's too far away. It's fine.
Okay. So you heal, you speak this word. You see her considering some kind of arcane response to it, but at the last minute she lowers her staff. And
Aye, piss
instead,
off.
she turns to you. Bubs, you hear an arcane secret being whispered into your ear. Make a wisdom saving throw, DC 26.
Okay.
Don't listen. Don't listen to the words.
Just Malvo hooves and ears.
It was a 10.
It was 10. Okay, you must expend a spell slot. As these great arcane secrets overwhelm you. You must expend a spell slot of 3rd level or lower and deal 4d12 to anyone within 30 feet of you. So roll those 4d12.
No
Bubs,
worries.
you shout out a heal, like a line of healing to everyone, and like play the saxophone or something, jazz healing, and then suddenly
Yeah,
you're like,
jazz.
now it's jazz harming.
Jazz harming.
I can't react against. I can't cutting words myself for that. That doesn't make any
No.
sense.
So
23.
everyone takes 23 points of force damage
Owie.
as we move on down to Tosca's turn.
Okay. I'm going to drop my wild shape, which I can't remember if that's a bonus or a reverting back to your normal form. So bonus action. I will bonus action drop my wild shape. So I am back to me. I'll move that over here for now. And I'm going to, I'll just take a couple of steps just to make sure I'm out of that force, and I'm going to, again, seeing what Malvo had done, dispel magic at 8th level on this sphere.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
I've got a d20 here. Ooh, that's a 27. I rolled a 19.
Holy shit, you guys are rolling so good.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my god. Okay.
We can
Holy
do this.
shit, guys. You watch as the anti-magic field that was created by, like, literally Solkatesh is like stepping in. She's like, whilst I am in my domain, I am immortal. And then you're like, fuck no, just dispel the anti-magic field.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
I look to Malvo and I throw him an air high five.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one that she's currently standing in, gone.
Nice.
Malvo, it is your turn. Unless you want to do anything else in your turn, Tosca.
That is movement action, bonus action. That's me.
Perfect. Malvo, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I see that she's potentially vulnerable to a little bit of magic, but I think I have another job to do here. Send my little Pegasus familiar down towards our Barbarian, and I'm gonna give him a little more loving. Another cure wounds of 5th level. That's gonna be some good healing. You come over, you see the Pegasus come over, you can pet it, and it's a supportive little creature. 22 points of healing.
Thank you.
Oh wait, I can cast it at a higher level than that. I'm gonna cast it at 1 level higher than that, a 6th level.
She's gonna counterspell you.
Rude! That's so rude!
All right. Yep. I'll take it. I'll take that counterspell.
6th level. 1 second. Yeah, it is counterspelled. I had her roll a check because she only counterspelled at 3rd level, but she has +7 charisma. So yeah, you go over to try to heal, and that time she's like, I think I've given you enough leeway, and just enraged by the dispelling of her field, she counters your heals.
Oh, that's so evil. It's so evil to just counterspell a healing spell.
She's evil, what can I say? Okay. But that is the end of, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's what I can do. That's what I can do on my turn.
Okay.
I need to bring to everyone's attention very quickly that currently the stream is on at 69 viewers.
Amazing.
Nice.
Hatarax.
Bolstered by the moral support of my Pegasus friend, I will charge headlong in again.
Yes, moral support and nothing else.
Yeah, see it. Hey, that's a lot. That means a lot. And I'm going to make 2 more reckless attacks. So for the first one, it is a 25 to hit.
Okay.
So that is... That's 14 points of slashing damage. And then on the second attack, that's a 32 to hit.
Oh, that'll do it.
And that is a further 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Now she looks bloodied as you slash into her with your great axe. I see Rico going, no, what do you fucking mean now? You deal a significant amount of damage to her. She's going to respond by making an attack against you.
That's okay.
With advantage. All right, magic staff. 29 to hit.
That hits.
37 points of force damage.
Right. Before I go down, I will let out another unstable backlash.
Okay.
So that is on the wild magic table, either a 7 or a... Ooh, give me another dice roll. 7 or a 5. So I'm going to go for the... the 5. So whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll before my rage ends, that creature takes a 1d6 force damage. So 1d6 force damage to the Queen of Shadows.
Okay.
That's a 5. So 5 points of force damage. Then, with my Relentless Rage, I beat a DC of 10 on my con. I return back to 1 HP, which will increase by 5 every time I do it. So
Okay.
a DC check, or a con check, sorry, to beat 10. And that's a 24, so I am back up to 1 HP.
Okay.
Will not die.
She's gonna hit you again.
Oh,
That's
no.
fine.
Okay, one more hit with the magic staff. An 18 to hit.
18 is my armor class, so it hits. So again, we go through it again. That's 2 surges on the wild magic surge table before I
Okay.
pass out. So that is a 4 or a 4 or a 5. I'm going to go for the 5 again, so another 6 points of force damage,
Okay.
which is
Chip
6
damage.
points of force damage. And then I have to beat a 15 this time on my con save.
Okay.
Come on. Come on, Hada.
That's a 14. I am unconscious.
Oh.
As you fall unconscious, you see you're the one that's been dealing the most damage to her, and she kind of like laughs. She's like, who's next? All right.
Our
And who is
gang.
next? It's Bubs. Bubs is next. Oh, she had a bonus action.
Connie,
spell
you
she
are
didn't use.
muted.
Sorry. Right. I am going to. I mean, her intelligence might not be. It would probably be very good, but it might not be that good. I'm gonna move. No. What's my range in this? Oh, my range is huge. That's fine. I'm going to cast Feeble Mind at 8th level.
You're going to feeble mind her.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. Okay. What spell is that?
So
An
you automatically
intelligence
take.
save.
Yeah, you automatically takes 4d6 psychic damage, and then you have to do an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. So
So
that's
it's
10 points of psychic
10
damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a save for Silkatesh. A 29.
That's fine. That passes.
So you reach out. She does have plus 18 on her int save. You reach out to ensnare her mind, and she kind of shakes you off, almost laughing at you. And then she will make 2 strikes against you as a legendary action. So, first strike with her Arcane Blast. First strike is a 24 to hit. She doesn't have advantage, so that's 13 points of force damage.
Okay.
Second strike is a 20 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah.
15 points of force damage.
Okay, I'm gonna rebuke her for that.
Okay.
Let's rebuke her.
Are you gonna use Hellish Rebuke against her?
Yep, and it'll be 3rd level.
31. Okay. She is resistant to fire, it seems like, as the fire kind of crawls up her cape. Seems to do less damage than you were expecting it to, but nonetheless, every little helps. Okay.
So I'm taking 1 minute. I'm taking 13, 15 damage. I might be unconscious here, guys. Oh no, I'm not. It's okay.
You're not unconscious, don't leave.
It's fine.
Tosca the Found.
Okay. As I see Hadar go down, I see my friends low on their health. I'm gonna think back to how I came to have my druidic powers, of how I got lost in the Feywilds for what I thought was only a few days, but turned out to be weeks. And how I hated what it had given me, but now I see that I can use it, and I'm going to, at 9th level, cast Shape Change on myself.
Okay. And what are you changing into?
I am changing into an adult blue dragon.
Holy shit. Okay.
I don't have a token, I'm very sorry.
Do you know what? We've got 25 minutes. It's fine. I will find a token for you right now. Dragon, adult blue. Uploading file. This may take a few minutes depending on the speed of your connection.
But while I'm
there
we are! And I'm going to, may I have control of the adult blue dragon token, please?
You absolutely may. Controlled by Tosca the Found. As you change, you see these huge blue wings kind of fly out, lightning sparking down the scales of this mighty beast.
And I'm going to move, and I'm going to stand over Hatarax's body and look her right in the face. And I'm going to say something, but I can't speak common right now, I don't think. So it just comes out as "Bleh," and I will do a big old lightning breath at her.
Oh, that's bloody right, because shape change is a bonus action.
It's shape change is a bonus action.
Sea. Oh, hell yeah.
Can she make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Dexterity, huh?
Yes.
25.
She succeeds, she's going to take half of this.
Okay.
You don't sound too worried about that.
She takes half of 74 lightning damage.
Okay. Right, you breathe out this line of lightning towards her, and seemingly her ability to jump out of the way, combined with her demonic heritage, seems to be granting her
resistant.
Some resistance to lightning, but nonetheless, you still you kind of scorch up her like cape. You see these like scars, that branching pattern as lightning strikes. And there's almost a backlash as you summon this huge amount of magic within the astral sea. That is a lot of damage. Okay. Is shape change concentration?
It is, I believe. Yes, it is.
Okay. She will use her remaining 2 legendary actions.
Oh no.
Looking at you. I don't think you want to deal with that. And she'll reach out to try and consume the magic of the shape change. Make a Constitution saving throw, DC 26.
Alrighty, I'm doing this. I'm gonna have to roll this with my regular dice because I do it with the dragon, and I don't have that on my list.
That's, oh god, dragons have lots of Constitution, don't they?
They do. 30.
Nice.
Okay, she reaches out to try and break your control over the spell, thinking, oh, that like weedy little druid never be able to concentrate on it. What she doesn't realize is that the ancient form of this blue dragon has conferred the ability to resist upon you, and you just shake it off, laughing in her face.
Dragon laughing.
Malva, what do you want to do? She looks very hurt now, as though she would also have absorbed 9 times 5 temporary hit points.
Ouchies.
If you'd failed that save, but because she didn't, she does look hurt. Just backing off. Backing towards, she seems to be intending to back towards that last anti-magic field and try to take some sanctuary there.
All right.
Malva, it's your turn.
On my turn, I'm gonna move forward in my Kirin form, comforting my little baby Pegasus. As I do, spreading out healing lights. Gonna send a mass cure wounds out.
She's gonna counterspell that.
Oh, gross.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's her reaction to do that. That's her reaction to do that.
It is. She's like, I mean, she sees someone cast a healing spell. She counterspells it. All right. You do still have your action though, because remember that's a bonus action, and I do need to roll. 9 plus the check it's a 7th level spell. It goes through.
And it goes through with that.
9 plus 7, 16.
Anyone who'd like it, I think Tosca might not need it.
I'm good, baby.
But for anyone who would like it, you get another 23 points of healing. And as I look to the Pegasus, I'll raise a hoof, and you'll see the hoof grow fingers as I lose my Kirin form, dropping my concentration on it. I will send some healing lights out towards our Barbarian, all that I've got left. I believe it's like quite a lot. It's like 14d6. Oh, I can only spend 5d6 at once, max. And so you'll get another 13.
Nice. Thank you.
Points on top of that 23. And yeah, that'll be my turn. Brings us to the Barbarian. Yeah, go ahead.
Hatarax, Barbarian, you are up again.
That's
Can't keep you down.
I am going to rage again. So with my rage again, I am going to make 2 rolls on the wild magic table before attacking. So that is a 6 or a... Come on. 6 or a 5. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the 5. So the first creature to attack me will take force damage. So I'll hold on to that one, and then I am going to make 2 reckless attacks with my great axe. So on the first one we have a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
That's 20 points of slashing damage on the first. And with the second swing...
Jesus.
Getting through her.
That is... Oh, it's only a 19 on the second one, so the second one misses.
Okay, second one does miss. As you swing down, you can see you're cutting through her. Huge shards of her cape being cut off now. As she lifts, as the bloodied Silkatesh lifts her staff and attempts to teleport away. Looks like she's going to try and cast a teleportation spell.
I can't.
If anyone wants to counterspell it, she's gonna go. Okay. In that case,
she's gone.
Yeah. The form of the Queen of Darkness. Shit.
Oh no, what was it for you?
Oh wait, Connie, were you muted?
Yeah.
You were on mute. What do you okay. Do you want to counterspell? I was like, Bubs, you gonna counterspell it? Bubs, you gonna counterspell it? I know you have that
And then you were
spell.
like, right, she's gone. I was like, what? I'm so sorry. That's my technical issue. Oh my god, what spell slots have I got left?
What level are you counterspelling it at?
I'm gonna have to do it at 7.
A 7th level counterspell. As she lifts her staff to teleport away, the magic of the teleportation swirling around her, you watch as within the astral plane a portal begins to open up. Her escape route opens, and as you invoke the counter spell, you shout out a word and the spell stops. Teleportation is a 7th level spell. So,
Hell yeah.
it's gone. And so, in revenge, she's gonna blast you
Oh god, shit. I'm gonna die now.
4 times with her arcane blast. So she says, "How dare you!" And 4 times with the arcane blast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 23, 20, 30,
They
and 24
all
to hit.
Yeah, all hit.
16 points of force damage.
I'm gonna calculate, yeah, 16, 19, 11.
Well, the question
Definitely
is,
zero.
when do you go down? After what point do you go down? That's what I want to know.
It takes 3. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. No. Sorry, my maths is terrible. 2. After
Okay. And as you fall, the last
Oh,
two
no.
strike you, so you will fail 2 death saving throws.
2. Cool.
Oh no!
Okay. That is her turn. Bubs, make a death saving throw.
Come on, Bubs.
I haven't been rolling well this thing.
Come on, Bubs.
Oh, the suspense.
Natural 20!
Brilliant.
Oh my god!
When
Okay.
the world needed her the most.
Bubs, as you fall, these 2 arcane blasts hit you, and with your you don't know how you manage it, but your eyes open. You have 1 hit point. That is, however, the end of your turn.
My
Yeah, that's
God.
okay.
Conscious.
I'll just lie there. Can I just
You are
pretend to
up.
be dead?
You can play dead if you want. Roll a perception check for me as we get to Tosca the Found.
Okay. She's resistant, if not immune to all of my attacks. But that's not the same for the Barbarian. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and fly over her head and land here, and I'll move actual me to there. And I want to see if I can wrap her all up in my tail and my claws and restrain her from behind.
Okay, is that a grapple check you're gonna try and make?
I'm gonna try and make a grapple check against her, yes. So I'm gonna make a strength check.
Okay. This is so tense. Oh my gosh.
I rolled a maths 25.
She rolled a 12 plus 4. That's 16. You grapple her. She cannot move. She cannot flee. She is being held by this giant blue dragon, wrapping its claws around her. Malvo then had her racked before she gets to go again.
Nice.
I look down to her as she's being held
Dragon
down. I would like to, as a bonus action, cast the spell Enervation on her.
What does that do? Also, Bob's that crit nat 20 on the deception check to play dead. She totally believes you're dead.
Oh my God, Connie!
Innovation? What does that do?
Enervation, you can see the horn, the celestial and ethereal glowing horn, turn like a putrid green and black. And as it does, it sends out a beam of energy. I'm going to need her to make a dexterity saving throw.
She's got +5 to this. That's a 11.
I believe she makes it disadvantage anyway because she's restrained.
Okay, well, she fails.
She
So I'm
failed
not going to make it again.
With an 11, she will take 4d8 necrotic damage, and that was my bonus action.
48.
She'll take 14 necrotic damage.
Okay. 14.
I would like to then, as my action, again activate the Enervation.
Okay.
And so she'll take another 4d8
Okay.
damage, another 13 necrotic damage.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh my God. You're like taking this life energy out of her. She looks up at you. Her eyes just filled with hatred.
Yeah,
and
she's been drawing in our magical energy for this whole fight, and so this is just in effect reversing that. I'm turning it back on her and now seeping her energy for myself. And as I breathe it in, I'm building and resustaining and rebuilding myself after all she's taken out of me.
Indeed. But nonetheless, she looks towards you and she makes 2 arcane blasts against you. So,
Does she make them at disadvantage for being restrained, or are they not thingy attacks?
they are ranged attacks.
They're ranged attacks.
So arcane blast. 1, 2. I believe she would still have disadvantage.
Both of these would hit even with disadvantage.
So you're going to take a total of 28 points of damage, nonetheless, as we go to Hatarax's turn.
I'm gonna do what I do best, and I'm gonna take 2 swings at my giant axe.
You've got advantage because she's restrained.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Oh,
All right,
God.
so 30 for the first.
Yep.
Come
That
on.
is 22 points of slashing damage for the first one.
Okay. Or the
And
next
then
one.
on the second one is a 30 to hit,
Yep.
and that is, come on, damage. A further 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay. As you bring your great axe down against Sulkatesh, held in the grasp of this blue dragon, how do you want to do this?
Yeah!
I'm just gonna look her dead in the eye and just say pathetic and just cleave her in 2 with my axe.
Oh.
Savage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. As you cleave her in 2, you watch as this axe comes down, and as the form of Sulkatesh separates, you watch as it begins to burn with a silver flame that burns up like her body. The robes are kind of ensnared in flame. As they go up, her form disappears. Absolutely, you've just been completely destroyed by this creature's spells. What appears in front of you is a different creature. Boss fight round 2, let's go. We've got 8 minutes left. No. You see a serpent, a silver serpentine form with these huge wings that seem to kind of go on for far longer than should be. Its silver face turning towards you all as it inclines its head. So, you have allowed us to reseal Sulkatesh. Who are you? Why have I been called here?
All I can manage.
Everyone's like, Well, whoever you are, you have done my kind a great service. All of you can tell this is a Kuatl, one of the members of the ancient race the ancient race of immortals who sacrificed themselves to create the silver flame. As it bows its head, I can only thank you for what you have done. You have subdued her. We shall return her to the silver flame in Kyber. We shall chain her for further millennia. But please, my time is not long. I am but an echo of my race, an echo of my kind. And he inclines his head, and he will heal you all back up to full HP. I believe for you, it is time to go home. Please. You watch as around the Kuatl, he spreads his wings, and the astral plane, you see all these miniature demi-planes and planes, as I saying, opening across the astral plane. You watch as almost a shining ball of energy kind of comes out of this Kuatl, a spell cast by it, and coalesces into a shining silver portal. This should take you back to your plane. I get the feeling you may not have a huge amount of magical energy left. That was fucking badass. I was watching it from the afterlife.
Just watching and not helping.
I mean, my dude, we sacrificed our entire race. Like, someone has to pick up the slack around here. Are you going to use the portal, or?
I will run through the portal in dragon form.
Well, maybe one of us should go ahead to let them know that it's not an invasion. You can see Malvo running in, trying to keep up, but of course not being able to. With the dragon.
This huge adult blue dragon explodes through the portal into the sky above Shan. You watch as people look up. Are the rest of you like running through too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you have just enough time to like grab onto the back of this dragon so you don't just fall straight to the ground. And you watch as people are looking up, and you can see like the darkness, like dark clouds in the sky beginning to clear as whatever strange arcane power Sulkatesh was channeling in the Astral Plane, it seemed to have been having an impact here. People were like picking up their things and leaving the city. And as your dragon bursts through, the sky's clear. It seems as though Giant Blue Dragon and the 3 heroes on the back of it have managed to save the day. And we will leave that there. Thank you so much
Great
for playing.
game. Well
Thank
done.
you to everyone for watching.
Would you all be able to come to my class for career day?
And I don't know when we're going to be off the air, so I'm just going to keep talking until someone takes us off.
Waving.
All right.
Thank you so much,
everyone.
everybody.
See ya.
Donate
Thanks for
money to
having us.
charity.
Thank you, Mind, taking care of us.
Yeah, amazing. All right.
Ooh.
lovely producer for the game, Just Gone, is sending his apologies as we work out some technical kinks. I know you can read the closed captions, and I'm sure you'll be able to hear my voice very shortly. We have sound! Two games now if you've been sticking around all day. Thank you so much to Laurie, Sean, Rowan, Connie and Rico for that amazing game of high-level D&D. That was wicked. The sound has gone again. Oh, we have sound so choppy. That's very weird. Okay, shall I keep speaking or not? No worries, brother. Yo, is that better? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is the mic on? Does it work? That's very bizarre. How strange. That's cool. Apparently we're having some issues, but producer Josh is sending his apologies. Sounds much clearer apparently. So that's cool. That's very good. We're just working out some technical kinks, and everything should be all groovy. Send good vibes, gang. Let's hope that this works. Feel bad for grinning at this. There we go. It works. You should be able to hear my dulcet tones. Right. Let's try one more time, shall we? That's all good, my brother. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, thank you very, very much for tuning into the Roll for Good Weekender. We have just finished up a game of high level 5e. Once again, thanks to Laurie, Sean, Rowan, Connie, and Rico. You guys absolutely smashed it. Clutch combat there. That was very, very cool. Guys, we've raised £1,600 for Mind, which is truly mind-boggling, which means a couple of things. It means, holy hell, you guys are insane, because this is like more than double the goal that we had set for the weekend, not just this day, but also we have more giveaways for you. Aren't you very lucky? So in this little intermission, we're going to be giving away a PDF collection of heart, the first Tail and Spire key that we have, a commission from the absolutely wonderful Kizcat. And if you're wondering who Kizcat is, Kizcat did all this jazz that you're seeing all around me. Amazing. You should be very, very lucky to receive that. And also a PDF collection of Spire. So we'll start those up real soon. We're going to be doing the collection